Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Joey Only Show. I've been kind of wondering, like, what do I call my show? What do I call it? I like the bad news show. It's like bad news done badly. People didn't seem too big on it. People were like, you should call it the Joey Only Show. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on in this channel. Branding time, yeah. I don't know what's going on with our show with Rogers TV. We have submitted a list to them of things that we would like in return to keep doing the show for Rogers TV. And it's a very reasonable list, and they've indicated that they are open to most of those things. So I think we're still going to have a show. Nonetheless, the podcast will be on here tomorrow night, Thursday night, starting at 6:30 p.m. So do join us live. Today, I got all kinds of funny stuff to talk about. So let's go.
There it is. This is bad news. My God.
I'm falling out right now.
Anything could happen.
Get on!
Wow. I'll watch the video later.
Water.
Try mopping this.
Hit like, share, subscribe. Joey Only here at 3,953 feet above sea level, 53 degrees north. You know, I'm the highest guy in BC, one of the highest guys in BC right now, at least the one who's on land. You know, some people are higher than me, but they're on ski hills or something like that right now. Okay. I bring you this bitter information because I think everyone needs to see this right now and understand where it's coming from. British Columbia will be renamed America and Columbia. So this group, Alberta U.S. Statehood Movement, there's a few groups like this. These are pro-51st state groups, and they masquerade as legitimate, but the leadership of them is more likely than not white supremacists. There's a very strong correlation between their imagery and their rhetoric and the Freedom Convoy. So we're seeing, again, these co-opters, there's usurpers who want to sound reasonable, and to a person who's kind of numb to reality, this would seem like maybe reasonable stuff. When you get down to it, who are these people and what are they really about? Oh, North American Unity Party. This is another one. Another bunch of these. This is a closet fascist group, okay? BC and Alberta's future is brighter with the U.S., which has $27 trillion powerhouse with an endless trade and investment opportunities. It's time to team up, grow bigger, and win together. Time to sell out. It's time to sell out, they're saying. Terrifying. What do we got here? BC's ideal location. You know, so they have all these ideas now, what they can use British Columbia for, how they can take advantage of us. Here we go. This is something I want to show you, right? So convince Joey that these people are not white supremacists. Well, good luck with this one, you know, because average and normal people take weird oaths that are binding. This is weird stuff, okay? So we got Dave Borkman, the president, Ken Morris. You know who these guys are. You know who they're related to. You know, and now they're fighting within each other here. So they got this post by Benjamin Ebel on one of their groups here. AmericaFund.ca is who they want you to contact to see more of these billboards. What billboard is it that I'm talking about? Well, look at this. This is the billboard as seen in Bowden along the QE2. The owners of the site are saying, you know, please don't damage our sign. We don't have control over it. Something has to be done here. Yeah. What kind of country are we that we can allow, you know, could you imagine it's fucking World War II and someone's putting ads up for Hitler in Britain? Would that ever happen? Is that reasonable? Are these reasonable people? So we have this sign in Alberta that's drawn in widespread condemnation. And it's from a group called the America Fund, which appears to be a Wexit-like organization asking for donations to help make West Canada the 51st American state. Your donation helps end the trade war between Canada and America by directly funding high-impact public messaging designed to help West Canadians accept President Trump's offer for us to become the 51st American state, the fucked up bullshit organization's website says. Trump has repeatedly said the U.S. should annex Canada. He's threatening tariffs on us now. New tariffs. Yeah, new tariffs. Told you so, everybody. Since the Bowden area sign went up weeks ago, criticism has been leveled against it on social media. Yes, people are very unhappy. That is the one comforting thing in this story, is how unhappy people are about it. One post on the Albertans Against Separation social media page said, imagine driving through Bowden and you see this billboard at a time when Canadian sovereignty is being threatened and the vast majority of us would never want to join America. One post on the Albertans Against Separation social media page said, imagine driving through Bowden and you see this billboard at a time when Canada's sovereignty is being threatened and the vast majority of us would never ever want to join America. This week, that criticism extended to the town of Bowden, leading officials to issue a statement in recent days. The town of Bowden does not condone any advertising that can be considered morally wrong or offensive. This advertisement has been placed by a private organization on a private billboard which is sited on private property. You know, excuses. Get the damn sign down, people. What's wrong with you? So that's the billboard I'm talking about. So are your public servants informing people of their options, or do they attempt to control the neighborhood? Here's Benjamin Abel. He's a very, very perceptive and manipulative white supremacist. Smith claims she does not see any enthusiasm for it. People in this group have spoken to her face-to-face about this since 2020. In one case, she cited Biden. In another, she said she wants to help Alberta get the same deal as Quebec. In another case, she answered, well, I hope it doesn't come to that. Like, this guy is just spreading toxic crap. I don't like Danielle Smith, but do I think she said any of that stuff? Probably not. Okay, like, you are more like her than you want to admit, dude. Smith may well say, I hope Canadians keep paying 60% more in taxes. I hope 60,000 Canadians keep fleeing Canada each year as medical refugees. Who's fleeing Canada as medical refugees? What are you talking about? Something like 700,000, 800,000 people go broke every year in the United States because they have a small medical condition. They have to go to the hospital and get it taken care of. You know, people lose everything in the United States. It's zero in Canada. It doesn't happen here. What are you talking about? I hope Canadians keep paying carbon tax. I hope Albertans pay another $680 billion in equalization transfer payments. I hope Canadians keep being bamboozled by state-funded propaganda. So much of this is like half-truths or quarter-truths, or just slogans that have been said so long that people don't have any ability to actually determine whether they're true or not. I hope Canadians never make their own constitution. Here we get to it. Hope Alberta never attains equal seats in Parliament. This person is an extremist. And I hope Canadians never have Keystone XL unless Trump tariffs Canada products in order to pay for it. I hope Canadian subjects remain confined in Canada until the ship goes down. If you want all these things and would like to see more billboards, contact americafund.ca. So that's where you can send your anger, my friends. That's who you can contact. Speaking of signs, I like this one in Langford, BC this week. Yeah, this is really good work. Keep up the good art, everybody. Speaking of Alberta, this guy is supposed to be coming to Alberta this summer for the G7 meetings, and the rules in Canada are convicted felons are not allowed to enter the country. We'll have to see what happens here. There's a petition going around right now to deny Trump entry into Canada. If you sign it, complete information in the form, please. You'll get an email asking you to confirm. Okay, then there's a second petition asking the government to revoke Elon Musk's dual citizenship status and revoke his passport effective immediately. I'm not fully on board with that one, because citizenship is now your right. It's like we can just take it away because we don't like someone. Well, where's the limits on that? Now, I dislike Elon Musk. I think we should find a way to arrest him if he ever comes to Canada and make life extremely difficult for him. I'm in favor of banning Tesla. I'm in favor of banning Twitter, X. I think that Twitter is a danger to our democratic institutions now. I don't think that we can guarantee that Russian and American propaganda bots aren't trying to run a narrative towards our own election here in Canada. So interference is a problem we have as well. So having said that, I'm really uncomfortable with the idea of revoking someone's citizenship because we don't like who they are, what they're doing. You know, I mean, he's the most dangerous person. Him and Trump are the most dangerous people. We're in the most dangerous time in 80 years. We're on the brink of a major European war. I mean, things are about to spiral out of control if something doesn't change fast. I get that. But if they can revoke his citizenship, well, can they revoke mine too? Yeah, the truth is I I stopped using Twitter almost immediately after Elon Musk bought it. I had no illusions as to what the goal was there. I understood very clearly that Twitter was being bought to be a propaganda machine. I understood exactly what its purpose was, and I didn't want to be part of that. So I'm on Blue Sky now. Do find me. Here I am, Joey Only on Blue Sky. Joey Only, Caribou Weather Dude, easy enough to find. And yeah, I'm getting some followers and whatnot, so having some fun time. We'll look more and more about what I got on here in a second. So the real question is, what kind of Canada do we want to have? What kind of Canada do we want to have? If these people who are in favor of a 51st state, I'm going to show you here in a second what they're in favor of. Now, this event happened in Idaho this week, as many of you have already seen, and I want to play the video anyways because I think it's really important. The woman in question, although she did momentarily do something disruptive at they have a town hall meeting in the United States. It's a more popular thing there. We don't really have that here, and I wish we did more. So they have this town hall meeting, and this woman who's a doctor speaks out. Well, this pig is on the microphone, and she shouts out, because it's the truth, women are dying in the United States now because they're not having access to women's health care. Women are dying from, they need to, in one case I read about, a woman required an abortion because the baby was not alive in her, required medical procedure to remove it, couldn't get it done. Died of infections. Okay, this is real stuff happening to real people. Let's roll the clip here. Let's see what happened at this town hall in Idaho. It's so disturbing. It's so shocking. I'm going to warn you ahead of time, but this is what's coming more and more to the United States. This is what's coming to Canada if we want to be like the United States. Now, thankfully, there's been some pushback. The town of Idaho has punished the security company that's involved here. The security company being almost everybody involved. The sheriff himself, some of the security guards that removed her, the security company are from California, and they're in Idaho bullying women and dragging them out of their chair for saying that lack of access to women's health care is killing women. I mean, this is fucking dystopian and disturbing stuff. Let's roll it. Women are dying, she says. They're talking about Roe versus Wade.
Okay, again, you folks who are just popping off with stupid remarks.
Now here comes this asshole.
Taking into account the people sitting next to you. There's a bunch of people that came here to hear them. There's an opportunity for you to sound off, but not right now. And because you're not smart enough to know that, you're just crazy people. And what we're doing right now is just pausing while we...
That crowd getting upset now. Oh, but here, half the fascists are cheering because here comes
Get out!
Here comes this swine here. He's off duty. He's not in attendance to be a cop. This isn't even his jurisdiction.
You're going to arrest her?
No, I'm not recognizing you.
What would you like to do?
So, yes, we're going to get to him. We're going to get to him. I promise. We'll get
Yes, it is.
So a bunch of black shirt guys, a bunch of fascist guys here. We got 3 minutes to go, folks. Hold on. This is gross.
Look at that. Oh, he's showing how intelligent he is with all the fine words he's asking.
And listen to the guy in the microphone, right? He's just this mouthpiece. He reminds me of that crazy fucking judge that they had in Nazi Germany back. Joseph something was his name. He, would just yell and swear at you and talk over you and insult you. That's more or less the game here. This guy... So here comes two security guys to break the law. They're going to assault this woman. They are security guards. They're not cops. He is not in his jurisdiction. He is not the law enforcement for this event. She's right to refuse. The people who are doing nothing are wrong. I'd be getting up and punching that guy in the fucking mouth. I'd be going to jail. Take your hands off her, you goddamn pig swine. Now listen to this. Listen to what he says here.
And eventually what's going to happen is everything's going to settle down and we'll get back to hearing the legislators. Because really, you didn't come here to listen to me. I just happen to have a nice loud voice and a big microphone. And I can talk over all.
I just happen to big loud voice and a microphone. I talk over all yous.
And I can just talk for on and on and on. And look,
I can just talk on and on and on while this guy, this sheriff here is assaulting this woman already.
this little girl is afraid to leave.
This little girl is afraid to leave, says the coward behind the mic.
She spoke up, and now she doesn't want to suffer the consequences.
She spoke up, and now she doesn't want to suffer the consequences. Hear what this guy's saying. Understand how menacing these words actually are.
Isn't that the problem that we're struggling with so many of the kids today?
Isn't that the problem we're struggling with so many of the people?
Is they want to behave poorly and then not struggle with the consequences.
And then not struggling with the consequences. What's the consequences? She yelled out that abortion should be a women's right. She yelled out that women were dying. That's all she said.
That is shameful.
And now she gets to have a man yelling at her that she's shameful and insulting her. Now she gets to have these fake cops. Ah, there you go. My chair was locked. Gets to have these fake cops come and drag her out.
I think what we've got right now is a situation where these folks are trying to filibuster and shut this whole program.
These people are trying to filibuster.
Unfortunately, they're being successful. To all of you who came here to hear the legislators, I applaud you for sitting there and quietly listening.
The sound of that guy's fucking voice. Like, do you not understand you're the biggest loser in America?
I promise we will get back to you. In the meantime, we've just got to be a little aggressive with some of these folks here.
I will call the
Here. Oh, no, I should be removed. I should be allowed to cry and yell and scream. I should be able to allow to interrupt.
I should be allowed to yell and cry and scream. Who are you? Who are you? Why are you allowed to just shoot your mouth off, run on, insult people? What makes you so fucking good?
Let's go. Don't touch her. This isn't excuse me, Sheriff Norris. This gentleman is assaulting you.
This guy is assaulting me. Now Sheriff douchebag points at her.
Oh, this man is assaulting me. Now, let's go. This man is assaulting me. Is this your deputy?
And this is what you say. This is what you say. You're hurting me. You are assaulting me. I do not comply. You're in this situation. She's in the right. And it's being found that she's in the right because everyone on the other side is being reprimanded and all of America is shocked and sickened, and so is Canada. This is what we don't want to have here. This is the reality we don't want in this country. I don't want to see women getting dragged out of town hall meetings for simply saying that a public health policy is killing women. Is this your deputy? Who are these men? It wasn't clear that they're security. It wasn't clear that they're cops. It's not clear if they're just fucking kidnappers or some extremist. For all we know, they're part of some extremist militia. We don't know who these guys are. She doesn't know who they are. She's right to challenge it. And everybody who's not standing up and fighting them and protecting her is wrong.
Don't fucking touch us. Is he a deputy? These are deputies. Who the fuck are these men?
So how about that? Oh, my goodness.
Hey!
It's too bad that we have some 150-year-old Social Security recipients.
Brutal.
We know that government has been mismanaging money for decades, and we want to get up there now.
Who the fuck are these guys? Show your badge. Who the fuck are you?
Cooperate, it'll be 100 times better.
Yeah, that's what they say to a rape victim, you fucking piece of shit. You refuse to identify yourselves. Who are you? Who are you?
To come here today, and I applaud them for doing so. Thank you for coming. But the problem is this. They didn't come here to listen. They came here to interrupt.
I know. That's what you 51st staters want. That's what you want. You want women to get abused. You want people of color. You want gay, lesbian, transgender, immigrants, people who are poor, addicts. You've made a political ideology out of punishing the people you don't like. That's what's going on in America today. That's what we have to keep out of Canada. That's what Pierre Poilievre represents. That's his politics. He's not a far cry from this shit. All right, people were wondering about this one. Controversial. They're like, no, this can't be real. This isn't. No one wrote this to you, Joey. And as a matter of fact, it is real. This Jim Bob Castleberry is commented many times on Weather Center Manitoba group. This was on Justin Ordle's group there, Weather Center Manitoba. And then here's what Jim Bob Castleberry says about, and I get messages like this often, but I just think this is a particularly hilarious one that's worth showing. So, LOL, why use all people's belief everything using tolds? So many not smarts people around. Weather isn't all man-made. There is no space or other plants. You's all brainwashed. You's all need to read Bible and see we in a firmament. Heaven is above and then a dome that covers it, and then the hell is below. And weather made by governments. Wow, so many brainwashed people in this world. I'm happy we have Trump who's going to Tukins Canada over. LOL, enjoy your belief that weather is real. This is what we're up against, people. This is their worldview is, let's punish the smart people. Let's punish the intellectuals. Let's punish the progressives. Let's punish the liberals. Let's punish people who believe in equality and freedom for everybody applied equally. Let's punish everybody that isn't a white straight male. So what do they want? What does the American Unity Party or whatever the fuck those idiots were called at the beginning of the video want? What do they want in Canada? They want this right here. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. See it with your eyes. See it. Believe it. Look at these people for who they are, friends. You are being duped on a tremendously incalculable level of bullshit and lies, all meant to keep these people getting richer, and more powerful. Now, it just so happens this asshole hates this asshole, and this asshole hates this asshole. This asshole thinks, well, it's better if we just have a dictator and not have the rich do it. And this asshole thinks, well, the rich should be the dictator. So, it's a very small difference between the two of them. Nonetheless, they don't like each other. But nonetheless, they still have the same idea. Hail Trump, hail Hitler. See it, believe it. What you're hearing with your ears, what you're seeing with your eyes, trust it, know it. Stop doubting it. Stop having these people say, well, it might not have been a Nazi salute. You think it wasn't? You think these people don't know what they're doing? Like they're not in control of their fucking bodies? Stop apologizing for these people. It's bad, though. That's what they're doing today. That's what they're get down and they have a little prayer. Dear Christ the Redeemer, help us find the strength to stop feeding the hungry, healing the sick, and sheltering the homeless. Dear Jesus the Redeemer, help us find the strength to drag women screaming out of town hall meetings who are only saying that lack of access to women's health care is killing women. Dear God, help us find the way to deport the Mexicans and punish them all. Send them to Guantanamo Bay. Is this Christianity? Is this Christianity? Well,
You're leaving your little boy.
Hey, you're leaving your little boy. What a fucking hero. Storms off. He's a little child all by himself.
We don't have too many, but that one is...
That poor kid.
When I watch this rocket come down...
You're being used
You're leaving your little boy.
as a prop.
We don't have too many.
That's how much he cares about his kids.
When I watch this rocket come down...
That's the saddest video I've seen today. I'm not going to say much more about this because everyone's going to be talking about it today anyways. 25% tariffs on Canada moving ahead. Told you so. Told you so. We get a month off. I told you. It's just a smoke and bait. Switch does this next week, get put off again. It's possible. But I feel like these people are consolidating and getting stronger and being willing more and more to play hardball. The hardball that they weren't willing to play in the first month, maybe now they start looking at the power dynamics of the world, the way things are lining up with Ukraine, Russia, NATO's crumbling, and maybe we're going to see now the actual launching of the attack on Canadian sovereignty in full, starting with disrupting our economic security. On top of that, they're pushing to axe Canada from the Five Eyes intelligence group. So this country that's threatening to invade us will no longer be sharing intelligence with us, which is what you do before you invade someone, is you don't give them intelligence. Peter Navarro doesn't want us to know they're planning on invading us. All right, this is just funny, this little vehicle taking up 2 parking spots in Kelowna. I mean, that's... Yeah, and meanwhile, this drunk woman got behind a wheel and killed a neo-Nazi, a well-known KKK neo-Nazi chud. And I do not condone drunk driving. I'm a sober person. I don't drink. So there's that. What do I think about this? I think that's, karma is sometimes the mistaken belief that assholes have a way of just naturally finding each other. And I think that's sometimes how it just goes. That's the magic of reality. When things line up, the timing lines up, the assholes find each other. We got this planetary conjunction happening this weekend, and it means nothing spiritually, but it sure looks pretty. It'll look real pretty, everybody. Oh, I know people hate that one when I disprove astrology. We could go on about that for an entire episode someday if you'd like. I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to talk about some basic things of physics and astrophysics that show that astrological charts are off. For example, when the zodiac, as you know, was created, the planets, the stars, everything was in a different location than it is now. So if you're saying, well, this zodiac is between March 19th and April 19th or whatever fucking my birthday zodiac is, I don't actually know much. The dates that actually fit those planetary alignments are no longer the dates that it says in your newspaper, under Aries, right? So then you just have some person who just kind of randomly makes shit up, and you're like, ooh, the zodiac, the planets control us. We've proven again and again and again on this channel, the moon doesn't control you, the planets don't control you. You have control of you. You are the one that controls who you are, if you choose to be in control. That's the show for today, everybody. I know it wasn't exactly funny. I know I didn't talk about weather very much. Just got to keep talking. I just got to keep sharing how I actually feel. Yeah, I struggled to get a video out yesterday. Some amazing things happen in life sometimes. And I'm like, okay, going to go shoot a video now. As I'm all, And I had to do 3 takes. It was awful. So that's, you get yourself into a good mood. You got to watch it because that can lead you right away to, it's like you feel too good and then you set yourself up for the crash. That was a lot of work. Okay, everybody, that's the show for today. Desperately in need of viewers, desperately in need of new subscribers. The channel took a real dive ever since the election. People didn't like that I spoke out. People have been very hostile about it. I get people every day insulting my intelligence, doubting my education, doubting my experience. Often they're people who have 1 subscriber on their channel, if any. They have 1 video, but they're here to tell me that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Well, if you know what the hell you're talking about, get talking, man. We'd love to hear it and find out. You want to share, exchange ideas, start exchanging. If you're just going to show up and attack mine, after a while, I'm just going to get tired of it. And it's like the more attack I've had from these people, the more I feel like I need to keep pushing. So if you support me, tell a friend, grow the channel, hit the thanks button, leave a tip or donation, join the Patreon, keep us going here. Help us get to 10,000 subscribers this year. Okay, that's the show for today, for this morning. Bye now, everybody.